Hey guys, so I want to make a quick video explaining how to use your browser and your keyboard in conjunction with your browser mainly. And I'm going to go into some other hotkeys. So here I have this hotkey page pulled up, and this is for PC, but I'll talk about the differences between Mac and PC. But using your hotkey, becoming a ninja on your keyboard, using your hotkeys is very crucial, and we're going to show you some of the practical application of that. So the first thing, when I say browser, I'm talking about the thing that enters the internet. So it's the application that accesses the internet, and in this case, I'm using Google Chrome. I highly recommend it. It tends to be faster and a better experience than the other browsers that I've found so far. So I'll be using Google Chrome. And what I want you to do is, I've emailed some of you. I'm gonna show you, so for those of you who aren't Veritas teachers, bear with me for a second, but for Veritas teachers, I've emailed some of you guys this link, and that link is this hotkey page. And it's an open document, so anybody that wants access to this, you can just type in this. I know it's long, but you can get this if you'd like it. You can also find these on the internet and other places. Maybe I'll update some more and add some more, because this is only scratching the surface of your hotkeys. But the first lesson I want to do is bookmark this page so that you can always have access to it. And the hotkey we use to create a new bookmark is Control plus D. So at the same time, I'm going to press Control and D. That'll be Command D for you Mac users. Command and Control basically switch out in all of these, but I will explain there are a few times where it doesn't work out. So now that that's bookmarked, you might be wondering where it's at. Right now, it's saved it in other bookmarks, and you can drag and drop that anywhere you want on your bookmarks. Now, I've used bookmarks a lot for my life, and when you get a lot of bookmarks, a lot of these you'll see, like for instance my Facebook bookmark or my Bank of America bookmark, it's just the emblem. Well, how did I get that? Well, if I go here and I right click and I go to edit, I can delete this, or let's say I'm just going to do HK for hotkeys. And if I hit save, now I have it and it's shorter, so I can fit more bookmarks on this bar. Oh, I should add one. Hide and show bookmark bar. I believe it's Control Shift B. Okay, so Control plus Shift plus B is hiding. And so again, if you want to hide that bar, you can Control Shift B, and if you want to make it reappear, Control Shift B again. Okay, so the first thing is to create a new bookmark, so you'll always have this page on your bookmarks so you can reference it quickly. Now that we have that, let's talk about what each of these mean. In order to do that, I'm going to open up a Google Doc, and let me see here. I threw one away recently. Maybe it was here. Well, in either case, I'm going to make a new Google Doc just to show you some of these hotkeys on. So I'll call this test, and we're going to get some good, let me get John chapter 1 up here so we can edit this thing. I'm just going to grab some text. Control C, using my hotkeys. Control V, pasting it on there. Control A, I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to format it really quick. Just Arial, size 12. Okay. Now I'm ready to go. Let's go over these hotkeys. So select all. That's Control A, and what that looks like is if you're on a Word doc and you hit Control A, you've selected everything that has been edited. So I can only go this far. Now if I enter down here and now I hit Control A, I can select more. That's how that works. Okay, that's select all, Control A. Copy, Control C. If I grab this paragraph and hit Control C, it's on my clipboard. I don't see it anywhere, but it's there. And if I hit paste, Control V, I can now paste that down there. I'm going to undo that using Control Z. That's probably your most famous hotkey. Learn that right away, which is undo Control Z. You're going to want to keep your pinky on the control key when you're on your keyboard, or for the Macs on the command key, basically the whole time. So we've gone over these first. Cut is very similar to copy, except for it also gets rid of it. So if I was going to cut this paragraph, it's on my clipboard, but I just also got rid of it. So now I can paste it back in its spot. Print, we're not going to use that much, but if you ever need print, Control P will bring up your print dialog wherever you're at, whether it's a web page, wherever you're at on a document. Now, new tab, this one's huge. This is for your browser. If I hit Control T, a new tab will come up, and I'm going to do that a few times. Control T, Control T. This is the way you want to use your browser. Never go up and hit this thing, right? You want to eliminate things from your use that add time and replacing them with a more efficient ways to do it. So Control T is the more efficient way to start a new tab. Now, closing a tab is Control W. So let's go back to this tab. How do I close that quickly is Control W. It's going to close out of those tabs. I'll even close out of this one. I don't need it anymore. And that is, and I'm going to hide my bookmark bar so it's not confusing. Control W is how to close those tabs quickly. Switching between tabs is another thing you want to do. Now you'll notice that a second ago I went up here with my mouse and I clicked on a tab. In fact, I've been doing that the whole time. That's the inefficient way to do it. If I want to get to my email over here, I need to hit Control Tab. Control Tab goes that way. Now Control Shift Tab goes the other way. So this is Control Tab all the way here, and now this is Control Shift Tab. So if you get good at that, you can go really quickly. Now I believe Control 1 and Control 2, yep, and Control 3 and Control 4 will get to the first tab, second tab, third tab, and fourth tab. So that's another way to do that. But Control Tab is huge. Alt Tab is also huge. Alt Tab lets you cycle between, in this case, it's on, I have dual screens, so it's what's happening is on my other screen, but Alt Tab lets you cycle between open windows. One of the most powerful things on a computer. So play around with Alt Tab for a bit. That'll save you a ton of time. New window is Control N. So in this case, if I did Control N, a new window will pop up. And a lot of times people hit that on accident and they think they've lost their other window. Well, you can just Control W out of it, and then all that happened is a new window came up in front of your old window. Refresh is refreshing the browser, and that happens a lot. Sometimes you'll need to refresh and just hit Control R. Your browser will refresh and reload. That's really useful as well. Now these next several hotkeys are for text editing. So Control plus B is bold. We can do it like this. Control B. Control U is underline text. Control I is italics. Highlight the URL. I use this all the time. Let's say you're on a web page and you want to send that web page to somebody in an email. Well, this is the fastest way to do it. I'm going to hit Control L. Now I'm up on the URL. I hit Control C. Now I've copied it. I hit Control Tab. Now I'm over here in my email. I can hit Control V and I've entered it. Very quick way to do that. So going back over here. And again, pause this video, go slow, watch it twice, make sure to write these down. These will save you so much time. Control K is to create a link. So let's say I wanted to Control K and I want to paste a link. So I already copied this link in there. And when I hit apply or enter, now there's a link there. So I can go to this text and go to a new page. And since I'm already here, it stays there. Control F is one of my favorite hotkeys, especially when you're doing research or when you're reading on the internet. It's very, very commonly used in my world. Control F is find, and then I just start typing hotkeys, and it immediately fuzzy searches what I'm doing. So if you're looking for a needle in a haystack, Control F is the way to find it immediately. Undo, like we said, is the most common hotkey you'll use, Control Z. And we've already used new bookmark, and we've already done hide show bookmark bar. So the last thing I want to show you is on that bookmarks bar, you can create folders. Now let's say I have these several documents. I want to put in one place. And let's say my bar is getting too crowded and I'm ready to maybe organize a bit. Well, these 4 are all spreadsheets that I use, and I'm going to put them in one place. And I'm going to so I'm going to right click on that bookmarks bar. I'm going to go to add a folder, and I'm going to call it AFT 2015. This is just something that some work I do on the side. I'm going to move that folder over here, and watch how easy it is to just drag and drop those into that folder. And now when I want to use it later, I go here, and there they are. So folders is a very easy way to condense your bookmark bar so that it's usable. Again, I'll hide that. Okay, so hopefully you learned some stuff. Now the big things between Mac and PC, the differences is Control is usually Command, and then this one is different. Switching between tabs is Command plus Option plus arrow key. So right or left arrow key. Now you can still do Command 1, 2, 3, and 4 to go to your first, second, third, and fourth tabs. I think all the way to 9. But that's one of the main differences. You also have on a Mac, you have instead of Alt-Tab to switch between open windows, you have Command-Tab, and that switches between open programs. And again, on the Mac, if you go up to the top, you always see what application is open across the top border, which is actually a really nice thing. I like that system better than Windows in that respect. So you can easily sort of figure out what's opening and what's running on your computer just by command tabbing on a Mac. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. There are tons more hotkeys. I'm just showing you a few to get you started. You can search them out online, and ask me if you have any questions. God bless.